Now, what if I were to tell you that the right to vote for millions of Americans is in jeopardy? Would that bother you? Would it concern you in any way? Well, it should. The truth is, the Trump administration is trying to prevent certain groups of people from voting in the next election. And I'm not talking illegals. I'm not talking people from Mexico or Guatemala. I'm talking about American citizens. We can guess who they are, right? Brown people, black people, probably queer people. I'm sure that women will be attacked, right? One vote, one family. The man gets the vote, the woman doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised at all. We shouldn't be surprised with this president. Now, I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit, but I have a question to ask you. How many new voting bills show up on any governor's desk within a year? Anybody? 249 on average. That's 249 separate pieces of legislation that landed in 2024, tightening everything from mail-in ballots to drop boxes. Now, if you dig into the footnotes, you'll find the same tiny credit, inspired by Donald Trump's 2020 legal strategy. See, Donald Trump never needed to scream, "Let's cancel elections." No, he provided a blueprint for everyone to follow, all the right-wing fascists to follow. Now, by the time this video is over, you're going to find out that the scariest sentence in America isn't "no more elections." No, it's "can these elections be trusted?" Hi, I'm David Thompson, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to draw the clearest map I can to let you know what's happening to your right to vote. If you've wondered why the guy who lost last time gets to make the rules this time, stick around. Most headlines treated Trump's post-2020 tour as a long tantrum. He's mad, he'll sue, he'll fade. But watch what the lawsuits actually target. Each one chips away at the machinery of the next election, not the last one. Picture the sore loser who flips the Monopoly board, then quietly rewrites the rules so the next game uses his own money and his cousin as the banker. Same vibe, bigger stakes. Number 1, shrink the electorate. The 2024 House draft bill, American Confidence in Elections, would wipe out same-day registration nationwide. Number 2, create chaos at the count. Trump's February executive order bans federal buildings from accepting mail ballots that arrive after 8 p.m. on Election Day, even if they're postmarked earlier. Number 3, intimidate the workers. The DOJ's new Election Integrity Unit has sent subpoenas to local officials across the nation, mostly in swing counties. The goal isn't jail time, it's burnout and resignation. We're going to take a break right now. I want to ask you that if you enjoy the content we provide here on The David Thompson Show, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing our video with your friends. I also want to let you know we have a sister channel. It's called Nights Around the Fire. There we discuss mysteries, legends, and myths. It's a great channel hosted by myself, Ashley Hamilton, and Sue Taylor. If you like that type of content, check it out. I left a link in the description box. Enjoy it. Let's get back to the program. Let's go on to number 4, own the referees. In Georgia, 11 of 16 new GOP nominees for county election boards got Trump's personal nod after 2022. 9 now oversee districts Biden barely won. Number 5, own the information. The RNC's Swamp the Vote app trains poll watchers to live stream anything suspicious straight to Trump's campaign server. At number 6, create a parallel account. Buried in the 2025 budget blueprint is cash for a DHS pilot program that would publish preliminary unofficial tallies the moment polls close, before states certify. At number 7, prepare the rejection speech. At a Michigan rally 2 weeks ago, Trump said, "If everything's on the up and up, I'll accept the result." That means if he wins. If not, we have a duty to stop the steal. They manufacture the "if not." Okay, let's talk about the psychology of all this. Here's the trick. Convince your voters the other side's ballots are fake, and suddenly blocking those ballots feels like self-defense, not cheating. That emotional switch flips faster than any law can pass. Watch any Trump rally. Same chant, same certainty that the other side has already rigged it. Once that belief takes root, laws become weapons, not guardrails. So as an example of how this is all a dress rehearsal, let's go back to Arizona's governor's race in 2024. Carrie Lake lost by 17,117 votes. Her lawsuit, however, didn't ask to count more ballots or to count them over. It asked a judge to toss every single Election Day ballot in Maricopa County. To toss them. That's 290,000 votes. Of course, the judge said no. But the theory, mass nullification based on irregularities that affected everyone equally, is now baked into the 2025 GOP platform draft. Dress rehearsal complete. They're going to use this over and over again. Mass irregularities, toss out votes, don't count those votes. Only, of course, if you've lost. If you've won, everything's okay. Another problem is that the press gets it wrong. Not always on purpose, but because they don't understand how deep the rabbit hole goes. Cable hosts like to ask, will Trump accept the result? Good question, but it's the wrong question. Ask instead, will enough of his hand-picked officials refuse to certify? That's the quiet kill shot here. It already happened. 3 New Mexico counties balked at certifying their 2022 primaries until the state Supreme Court stepped in. 2 of the 3 members that stalled participated in the January 6th insurrection, and those 2 are still on the board. Let's fast forward to the 2026 midterms. Democrats have to defend 23 Senate seats, Republicans only 10. Add new voter ID laws in North Carolina and Georgia, and the Senate could flip on 30,000 votes statewide. If that happens, the committee that certifies the 2028 presidential election gets a GOP majority appointed by Trump allies. Stealing the White House? You don't have to. Just pre-steal the stripes off the referee's shirt. And that's what they're doing. So there is one bit of good news here. I don't want to leave you on a sour note. There's one safeguard that's still in place. The last solid guardrail is the state certification deadline. December 8th, 2028, locked into federal law. Congress can't touch it, which means local pressure still works. The single most powerful thing you can do isn't to vote harder. It's to show up 3 weeks later when your county board votes to certify. Bring 10 friends, a printed copy of the statute, and calmly insist they follow it. That meeting, that is usually quiet and usually empty, is where democracy lives or dies. Here's my commentary. Donald Trump can't be trusted here. Will he suspend elections in 2028? It's possible. He can declare an emergency of some kind. Is he planning that? Maybe there is a plan. We can't rule that out. We do know he wants to stop mail-in ballots. Why? Because he believes, rightly or wrongly, that they caused him to lose the 2020 election. He said no other country uses mail-in ballots. Well, they do. About 12 countries we know of, 22 others that use it in some fashion. Why lie about it? Why go after mail-in ballots? That eliminates many of the people who vote. They can't go to that booth and hit the button. That's part of our right here, so that we all can vote, make it convenient for everybody to vote. Are there problems? Sure, there's always going to be some problems. But it affects both parties, always has. If it worked for the Democrats so well, why don't they have control of the Congress? Why? Why didn't they win the presidency if they controlled all these issues when it comes to the voting system? Because they don't. Remember, Fox News was sued for lying about the voting machines. They couldn't prove there were any issues with those voting machines. They lost a $797 million lawsuit. But Donald Trump will continue to play that card. He will continue to make his people believe there's issues with voting, that it can't be trusted, that everybody's out to get him and to get them. The truth is the voting system works in America, has since the beginning. There's nothing perfect here. You're never going to find a perfect voting system that's going to make sure everything's fair. There's always going to be people that try to cheat the system. But in mass, it works. He lost in 2020, fair and square. More people came out to vote because they did not want to re-elect him. Period. He doesn't want to believe it. He can't believe it because he's an arrogant person. He's a narcissist. And he's going to create these scenarios that somehow the world's out to get America, just white America. So he wants to eliminate all the brown people, all the queer people, and of course, many of the women that vote. He doesn't care for women either. He wants to go back to the 1890s. We talked about that on a few of my other videos. Going back to the Gilded Age with Donald Trump, where men can control the destiny of the country. White men, rich white men. So it's not just about the vote. It's about controlling every aspect of the country in every state so that only white Republicans can vote, so that only white Republicans get elected, so only white conservatives get elected. And when you add to this that many right-wing Christians want to take control of the government, want to place their values in the government, their beliefs and their laws into the government, we're all in trouble because less and less of us will have rights. Only those that think and act like them. This is an issue. And people, we must fight this. We have to vote these people out. We have to change the direction our country's headed. It's headed towards an authoritarian type of government. Technically, we're already there. Now they're trying to make it so that it's permanent. In 2026, we have to make a change. We're already 3/4 of the way through 2025. It won't be long. It's time to join together. It's time to go against fascism and get back our democracy, get back our freedom. It's all the time I have. God bless you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. And remember to love your neighbor as yourself. I'll see you next time right here on The David Tomsic Show.